Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another live stream. Um, it is pretty late based on the other live streams that we've done these past few weeks. It is about almost 9 p.m. my time. Yesterday's stream was awesome. Yesterday's stream was excellent. We spoke about, the worry that people tend to do. We spoke about anchoring, try to get out of that worry, put the brakes on that worry at least. That was pretty much all of yesterday's stream. And it got me thinking today. I was like, what kind of goes hand in hand with that, right? What kind of goes hand in hand with staying out of that worry, what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear. And that's what brings us to our stream today, where most people tend to go wrong. That is the title of today's stream. We're going to jump into that in just a minute. Give people a little bit of time to get in here. We don't want to rush into it too quick. Sanchez first in chat. What is up, Sanchez? Hope you're doing good, my boy. I've missed you. Brian, what's up, dude? Hope you're having a good day. We'll give people a few minutes to jump in here who want to join us live, and then we'll get started. Speaking of which, let's see. Speaking of people, let's see here. I don't want to say it yet until I can confirm it. Let me pull it up. We are almost, okay, not quite yet, but we are almost at 10,600 subscribers. We are at 10,596 subscribers right now in this very moment. So four people away from 10.6K. If you're looking for a sign to subscribe, this is it. You couldn't have a more clear sign. This is your sign. So 4 people away from that big 10.6K, moving right on to 11K, hopefully here soon. Don't forget F it. Yes, what is up, Riley? Spit some more advice, man. We're going to try. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Sky, how you doing, dude? All right, let's see here. I'm going to grab a link real quick, and then we might as well go ahead and jump into this one. Let's see. If I could get it to work. Okay, well, we're not worried about that right now. We'll get that later. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's stream, shall we? Anxiety recovery, where a lot of people tend to go wrong. Now, this is going to be probably the biggest sort of slap in the face with reality that you are ever going to have. And in order for this stream to have any sort of an impact on you, or at least a positive impact on you, I'm going to need for you to agree and be completely honest, with my next statement. Right, and I want chat to participate in this. So again, in order for this stream to have any sort of impact on you and ultimately your recovery, I'm going to need you to agree to be completely honest with what I'm about to say. Where most people tend to go wrong. Since you have found my channel, and since you have been listening to Cutting That Second Fear Out, aka that worry, right? Putting the focus back on life. Anytime you notice you're doing that nasty worry, you give yourself a little statement, a little accepting reminder, and then you go right back to living your life, right? Since you have discovered that, since you have learned that here on my channel, how many people can honestly say, and you need to be completely honest here, how many people can honestly say that throughout most of your days, and I know you're not going to be perfect, but throughout most of your days that you're able to get up and you're making that conscious effort to notice when you're doing that second fear worry, right? And shut it down. How many people can honestly say that they've been doing that? How many people can honestly sit there and tell me, Wonder Bros, since I've found your channel, we've been doing this for years now, I have been making a conscious effort to shut my worry down, even if I have to do that 1,000 times a day, 1,500 times a day, 2,000 times a day. I am noticing when I'm worrying, which means I'm up in my head, blah, 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 and I'm coming back to some sort of accepting statement, and then I'm shifting my focus to right back to living, right? The two main keys. Stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings and live your life. How many people can honestly say that you're doing that every single day, or at least making an effort to do that every single day, right? And again, perfection is not required, but how many people can say they're honestly making a true, dedicated effort to do that every single day, right? We got to cut this cycle in half at some point, and it's going to start and it's going to end with that second fear, aka that worry. But how many of you can honestly say that you're making the dedicated effort to do that? And if you're a little confused and you don't even know the answer to that question yourself, right? You don't even know the answer to that question yourself. Think of it like this. Ask yourself this question. How many times today, just think of your day today. How many times today have you spotted yourself worrying, gave yourself an accepting reminder, came back to reality? How many times have you done that today? If the answer to that question is 0, it's no wonder you're still here. It's no wonder you're still here. It's no wonder you're still, looking for that way out. It's no wonder that you still feel like you're missing something, right? It's no wonder. Now, if you're not willing to be honest with yourself and you're not willing to say, hey, I've done that 0 times today. 0 times have I made it a conscious, purposeful effort to say, hey, you're worrying to yourself, and then give yourself that accepting statement, come back to reality, refocus on living, get out of that worry. If you can honestly sit there and say that you've been doing that, great. But if the answer to that question is 0 times, Wonder Bros, 0 times today have I done that, then you found your problem. You found your issue. You have found the reason that you're not getting where you want to go. You have found your reason that you're not making the progress that you want to see. Now, if you're not willing to be honest about that, we're going to struggle. Right? We're going to struggle. We're not going to be able to get very far. We're not going to be able to make the steps that we need to make, and that's just reality. If you're not willing to say, hey, to be honest with you, Wonder Bros, 0 times today have I caught myself worrying, gave myself an accepting statement, reminder, and tried to refocus back on living. 0 times, Wonder Bro. If you're not willing to be honest about that, we're not, we might as well forget making the steps forward. Right? We've got to be honest about that. So this is a little bit of a throwback to my own personal journey. A lot of people that's been watching for a while, I've talked about it a few times. I understood acceptance to a degree. I understood, that second fear was worry. I understood that worry needed to come to an end, and I needed to work on that, and I needed to live my life. I understood these things for quite a while, and I wasn't doing it. I'll be honest with you guys. I did not start to make the steps forward that I wanted to make, right, until I got brutally honest with myself. At one point, I had to sit there and tell myself, hey, you know what? You've done literally nothing. You've done no sort of work, no sort of effort has been put into stopping the worry. You wake up every single day. You binge watch anxiety content. You read the books. You read the self-help. You binge all of this information. But 0 times today, Chris, talking to myself, 0 times today, dude, have you applied any of it? You've literally applied it. You've not even tried to apply it at least once today. I can't think of one time that you have said to yourself, hey, I'm worrying. I need to put the brakes on that. Accepting reminder, back to living. 0 times today, Chris. Why are you waking up every single day expecting that you're going to get somewhere? Why are you waking up every single day looking for the answers, right? Looking for that missing piece to the puzzle. Why are you doing that when you're sitting here? And if we're being honest, 0 times today have you tried to do that. 0 times today have you called yourself out on your worry and tried to refocus, get back into living life. 0 times, right? Now, if you're making progress and you're heading in the right direction when you first start out doing this, you might say, shit, 10,000 times today I've spotted myself worrying, shut it down, accepting reminder, got back to living, right? Now, that means you're on the right track. That means you're getting somewhere. That means you're going somewhere. If you can say, hey, 10,000 times today, it might be a bit of an exaggeration, but, 10,000 times today, 5,000 times today, I've done that, right? Okay, well, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're talking. Now we're on the right track, right? But if you can't tell me that you have caught yourself worrying and made a conscious effort to call yourself out on that, and then refocus back on living at least once, dude, at least once, then you're not doing anything. You're not doing any of the work, right? And this is not me saying, oh, shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is me saying, hey, here's a dose of reality. Okay, and the only reason I'm giving you this dose of reality is because I want you to do better. I want you to heal. I want you to use the advice, and I want you to live the life that you deserve to live, because you absolutely deserve to live it, right? This is not some sort of shame on you stream. This is it's time to open your eyes stream, right? It's time to open your eyes stream. Okay? This is it's time to open your eyes stream. Okay? So again, guys, that's where most people that I've spoke to over the years that I've been doing this, 4, 5, 6 years now, that's where most people are going wrong. That's where most people are going wrong, right? They're taking in all this advice like a sponge, and they're like advice addicts. They're like information addicts. I need more anxiety advice, anxiety advice, anxiety advice. They're taking it all in, just like I once was, right? Just like I once was. You're taking it all in like a freaking sponge, but you can't sit there and say that you've even tried to apply it one time today. You can't sit there and say that you've even tried to spot the worry one time and refocus today. It's going to take more than just one time, but my point is, you can't even tell me that you've done it once today, and that's okay, because that was me too at one point. But I just want you to realize where you're going wrong here. You're like an information sponge when it comes to anxiety knowledge, but the work's not being done. That's where you're going wrong, right? So you can take in all the juicy anxiety information that you want to, and I did for a very long time, personally, a very, very long time. But if you can't say that you're applying it, where are we going to get? Nowhere. That's the short answer to that question. Nowhere. So, people go wrong there all the time. I see it all the time. People that have been at this for a long time, they love the information. They're taking it in. They can tell you anything about anxiety. They can tell you why the advice works. They can tell you how the brain works. They've learned all of this beautiful information, but they can't tell you that a single time during the day have they called themselves out on being up in their head worrying, set an accepting statement, come back to reality, and live their life. They can't say they've done that a single time during their day, but they can tell you about the amygdala. They can tell you about why it works. They can tell you about how the brain functions. They can tell you about tired nerves. They can tell you all that, but they can't tell you that they've even tried a single time to shut down their worry during their day, and that's where they're going wrong. That's when you're going wrong. That's where you're going wrong, right? So if you're not making the necessary steps that you feel like you want to be making or should be making, right? Ask yourself that question. That's really the point of today's stream. Ask yourself that question. A single time today have I tried to put the brakes on the worry and refocus back into living my life, and rinse and repeat that, rinse and repeat that. Have I tried that at all today? And if the answer to that question is no, I don't want you to beat yourself up, but I do want you to open your eyes, right? I do want you to open your eyes. So don't fall into that trap of being an encyclopedia of anxiety knowledge, but you're still doing the constant second fear worrying all day, every day, and not making any sort of effort to consciously say, hey, I'm doing it. Call yourself out on it, accepting reminder, go back to living. Don't fall into the trap of just being a book of anxiety knowledge, but there's nothing actually being done. There's no work actually being put in, right? Don't fall in that trap. I was there for so long. It's time to get started. There's no better day to get started than today, right? So again, this stream is not to shame anyone or throw anyone under the bus and say shame on you. This stream is a stream to hopefully open some eyes and say, dude, it's time, man. Like it's time. You've got the rest of your life to look forward to, and why start tomorrow when you can start today? Why start next week when you can start today? Why start next year when you can start today, right? In this very moment. So that's where most people tend to go wrong, guys. They gather all this knowledge, but they can't say that they're actually applying it. They can't say that they've spotted any of their worry during their day and tried to refocus and put the brakes on that. They can't say that they're doing any of that, and it's no wonder why they're not making any steps forward. Believe me, I was in that trap. I was in that boat for a very long time. It's time to be honest with yourself. It's time to open your eyes, and it's time to get started, because you've got the rest of your life to look forward to. And it might be extremely tough. It might not be easy. You're forming a new habit, and I know that's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but I will tell you this, it is very much worth it. It is very much worth it, and you might as well go ahead and get started, because why wait? Right? So hopefully we open some eyes today and some people say, shit, he's right. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And you can get started and you can get going. All right, you guys. So if you did enjoy today's stream, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. We're going to get us some music going in the background, and we're going to chat with the chat and see what everybody is up to today. Read some comments, answer some questions, the usual. We're going to go ahead and pull that music up. Make sure I got the audio on the right thing here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, let's scroll up a bit. We're behind on comments. We're behind on comments a bit. We got Panda in the house. What's up, Panda? D Nunn, what's up? Some days are so tough, but it feels so amazing when you stop thinking and let your brain relax. You can literally feel the tension let up. Yeah, so, to stop thinking basically is to try to put the brakes on that worry, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. It comes very intensely. You get sucked down the rabbit hole, which means you continue to worry. At some point, you've got to catch that, acknowledge that, and try to put the brakes on that. Refocus, readjust, get back to living your life. So it's really about putting the brakes on that second fear. I absolutely agree with you that, some days are tougher than others, but when you're able to do that and you really put in the effort to do that, right, you are going to reap the benefits of that in time. Almost immediately, like you said, you can even feel a little bit of relief. So, let's see, chatting amongst themselves. Sorry you're having a tough day today, Sky, but you do what's best for you. You do what's best for you. Keep us updated. Feel free to keep us updated. Yeah, that's never a decision that, anybody else can really make for you. So if you feel like you're making the best decision for yourself, then absolutely we support it and we back it. So keep us updated. How are you doing today, Sanchez? For anyone joining, that caught me there. Prince, thank you so much, dude, for the $10 tip, man. I appreciate you. We're on a 143-day streak, chat. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Prince. Give Prince a shout out in the chat. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Sky, keep us updated. I don't know if you're still familiar with using the Discord, but if you are, you can feel free to keep us updated in there if you would like to. Even if I had to revert the focus 5,000 times a day. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the worry habit's not the easiest habit in the world to break. Not the easiest habit in the world to break. So you might say 5,000 times you've had to do that. Well, okay, 5,000 times then it is, right? What's your other option? Your other option is going down the rabbit hole. So which one sounds better to you in the end, right? That's a good question to ask yourself. What's your two options, really? Their only two options is continue to worry or make that conscious effort to kind of shut that down and refocus and live. And, 10 seconds later, you might get up in your head worrying again. You got to say, oh, man, I'm doing it again. That's okay. I accept that thought I had. I accept that feeling, but it's not worth it. I'm going to go back to living. And you might have to do that, like you said, 5,000 times a day. But what's your other option? right? Like, what is your other option? Realistically, what is your other option? To continue to worry. How far has that gotten you? I'm going to tell you that if it wasn't a bad habit for you, you would have never found my channel. The fact that you're all here now tells me that you're kind of sick of that option. The worry option has not been treating you too well. In fact, it's obviously making you miserable, or you wouldn't have researched into help and found my channel. So the fact that you're here already tells on you. You have been told on by the fact that you're here. The fact that you're here tells me that you're really sick of going the worry route and you need some relief in your life, right? You need some relief in your life. So you've already been told on just with your presence. And I think it's time to try to go a new route, right? I think it's time to try to go a new route. Even if every 10 seconds you got to catch yourself worrying and say, man, I'm worrying again. That's okay. I'm going to put the brakes on that. It's not worth going that route. I accept what comes. Refocus the attention back on living. 10 seconds later, man, you might be worrying again. You got to say, okay, I'm worrying again. You know what? Whatever happens, happens. You know, I don't know what your mantras are. I don't even like to call them mantras. We'll call them reminders. I don't know what your accepting reminders are, but whatever keeps you going down the second fear rabbit hole, use it. And you might have to use it a lot at first. And when I say a lot, that's not an over-exaggeration, right? But again, what is your only other option? Your only other option is to continue to do the same thing that you've been doing for all these days, weeks, months, and years that landed you on my channel. That's not been working out, or you wouldn't be here. So I think it's time to try something new, right? I think it's time to try something new. At this point, literally, what do you have to lose? You're here for a reason, right? What do you have to lose? Glad I made a stream, Wonder Bro. I'm glad you're here, Prince. What's up, Kate? How you doing, Kate? No, I understand, Sky. You know, when you're struggling and you're having one of those particularly tough days, it's not easy, and everybody knows it's not easy, right? I think a lot of people can relate to that. And when you feel that way, it can be very difficult on some days to express your gratitude, right? You really don't even feel like typing, you know, much less expressing your gratitude. So, you know, I understand, and I'm pretty sure everybody else understands as well. Not something to feel bad about. Hopefully, you know, hopefully, and I say hopefully, but I know that you'll get on board, and today might be particularly tough for you, but tomorrow's a new day, so you'll get right back on board, and even if you got to struggle through this day, you will get through this day, so. Yeah, there's no denying really that some days are just super tough, dude. Some days are just super tough. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. I've had plenty of super tough days where it was just awful, you know, and I'm sure a lot of other people in chat have experienced the same thing. So there's no denying really that some days just suck, right? Some days just suck, and it's hard to apply the advice, if not almost near impossible. And some days are like that.
Donation.
Ooh, that one got me a little bit too. Okay. Rick, thank you so much, dude, for the $10 tip. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. Can we give a shout out in the chat to my boy Rick and to Prince for their $10 tips? Thank you guys so much. We're at a 143-day streak. We will keep the streak alive. I can feel it. Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you so much, Prince. I appreciate you guys. All the love in the world going out to you, Sky. And I know it feels like what I'm about to say is not going to make any difference to your current reality. But while you take the necessary action, if you feel like the necessary action is booking this appointment or booking that, while you do that, right, try something for me. If not for yourself, then for me. Try to come back, right, to just we talked about anchoring yesterday, and we described how anchoring can be good for someone that's really in the heat of the moment and having a horrible day. Maybe some days you're able to shut the worry down and refocus really easily with a simple fuck it and get on with living your life. But on a really horrible day like the day that you're having, Sky, yesterday's stream was aimed at days like the day that you're having now. Try to come back to like maybe a sound around you. Put the brakes on a little bit on any sort of worry that you got going on in your head. You can even go into the feeling itself, right? And focus there and embrace and accept. If it slows the worry down, that is fantastic. That is amazing. That is awesome. So yesterday's stream about anchoring, it was mostly for people that really need that on the really hard days, right? Where refocusing, living life. When I say refocus, I mean shut the worry down. Where shutting the worry down and living your life is not super easy because you're having a really tough day. So use that advice from yesterday, maybe today. See if that kind of helps put the brakes on it a bit for you with the worry, right? The second fear is the lovely Dr. Claire Weeks called it. Give that a try. See how that goes for you. Either way, though, whether that's a success or not, today will pass. It will pass, and we'll have a brighter tomorrow. How you doing, Lucy? Hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Next thing I know, I'm down the hole going, is my brain swelling? Has that always been there? Am I going to die? Will it lead to this? Now I'm working on yeah, so you catch yourself going down the rabbit hole, and then you pull yourself right back out of it, get back to living, refocus on living, right? Positive behaviors, of course, show that brain the truth. But that's why the two main keys work so perfectly well together. You're shutting the worry down and you're living your life. The two things that are going to show your brain the truth, right? The two things that are going to show your brain the truth. So, yeah, you do catch yourself going down the rabbit hole, and that's okay because it is a really strong habit. But you got to work on pulling yourself out of that rabbit hole, right? Right? That's where the accepting inner voice comes into play, and then refocus on that living. Dr. Claire Weeks called it the accepting inner voice. I call it accepting reminders, whatever you want to call it. But that is the practice. That is the goal, chat. And today's stream, for anyone joining us late, the point of today's stream was where most people tend to go wrong is that they're not even using the advice that they're taking in, right? They can't say that they've honestly been working on consciously spotting the worry, putting that brakes on, refocusing on living, even if they have to do like what Panda said 5,000 times a day, right? They can't say that they've even done it once throughout their day. Well, then it's no wonder we're not taking steps forward, right? So that's where most people tend to go wrong. They're like a sponge for anxiety advice, but they're not, they're not actually using it. So keep that in mind. Don't fall down that trap. Don't fall down that trap. Because I fell down that trap myself, and I was there for a long time. I knew all the knowledge, but I wasn't using it. I couldn't say I was using it. I hope you all have a great day. You too, Sky. Keep us updated, dude. I know it doesn't feel like it, but remind yourself that this is temporary, right? Sometimes a cliche reminder like that is beneficial. Let's see. Instead of whatever, focus on. There you go. There you go. I love it, Panda. I love it. I can't watch or listen to tragic news anymore. That's a topic that sometimes comes up on my stream, and honestly, I just don't watch or listen to tragic news because what's the point? It's not really an anxiety thing for me. It's more or less a thing of what's the point? Like, okay, I'm probably capable of listening to tragic news or watching tragic news and it not be that huge of an impact on me. Like, I'm probably capable of doing that, but why would I do that? Like, I have no interest in that anyway. So I just don't. My face is wet with tears. Love you all. Hey, we got your back, dude. You got an entire family here. You got an entire family. Today sucks ass, and that's okay for you to say out loud. You know what? Today just sucks ass. That's okay for you to say that out loud. But you've got an entire family who's got your back, and we will be there for you during the bad times, and we'll be there for you when we're all cracking jokes in here and having a good time. Either way, we're there for you. Good or bad or good, right? So you can say out loud, hey, you know what? Today sucks. But we're going to be there for you today and any other day, right? Good or bad. Rick in the chat. What's up, Rick? Thank you again, Rick, for the $10 tip, dude. I appreciate you. 143-day streak, man. Insane. Thank you, guys. Hi, Wonder Bro. What's up, Edward? Hope you're doing good, dude. Not even as bad as I was making it. That's 9 times out of 10 the case. Right? That's the case. Hey, you know what? If all else fails, right? If all else fails and you have just a really shitty day, Sky, where you don't really, you feel like you didn't apply anything that you've learned, whatever, throw that out the window for a second. If all else fails and you just have a really shitty day, well, tomorrow you wake up and you say, hey, I survived that. That's still something. You're taking something away from the experience, so it's not a total loss. You're still taking something away from this experience, which is you being able to tell yourself, hey, you know what? I made it through that. So you're still coming away with something. Talk soon. Anyway, we'll let you go, Sky. We'll let you go. You got places to be, I know, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Great stream, Wonder Bro, and this is an awesome community. I appreciate that, Edward. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I think he's got a doc to go to, so we'll let him get to his doctor. I don't want to keep him from that. He can always catch up with us on the Discord, though. I believe he's on the Discord, so. So far, we have all made it through 100% of our bad days, our bad and even horrible days, right? That's a fact. That's a fact. So that was my point, Even if you have a day that's just really shitty and you don't use any of the advice, whatever, you can still wake up tomorrow and you can turn it into a positive and say, you know what? I still made it. I still made it. Hey, what's up, Double R? How you doing, dude? I hope you're having a good day. I keep thinking I'm seeing stuff. It's that anxiety. I haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, that's actually more common than you would believe. A lot of people thinking they're going crazy or something, and then they think, am I seeing things? And it's that intrusive, am I seeing things worry that's just keeping you stressed and aggravated and your nerves on edge. You're not actually going crazy, spoiler alert, and you're not actually seeing things, but it's that intrusive sort of worrisome thinking that's keeping you on edge. So the same advice that I gave today during the stream and that I give during every stream definitely applies to you. Notice when you're worrying about, oh God, am I going to start seeing things? Shut that worry down. Come back to that accepting inner voice, as Dr. Claire Weeks called it. Refocus back on living your life, the 2 main keys right there. And keep at it. You might have to rinse and repeat that a lot, but keep at it. And again, yes, that is common. I've had a lot of people worried about the whole seeing things sort of deal, seeing or hearing things. It's just more worry, right? It's just more worry. Hey, what's up, Sony? What did I miss? We basically just made a point today that where most people tend to go wrong is that they're taking in all the advice, but, sorry, why am I burping? But they're not actually applying it. So they take in all the advice like an anxiety advice sponge, but they can't actually say that a single time during their day they tried to catch the worry and shut it down and refocus on living. So they've got all the advice and knowledge in the world. Why am I getting tongue-tied? They've got all the anxiety advice and knowledge in the world, but they can't tell me that a single time during their day have they spotted themselves worrying, made the conscious effort to say, you know what, whatever happens, happens, or whatever their accepting self-talk is, and then refocused on living, right? So that's the problem that most people make, taking in the information, not using it. Maddie! Maddie, thank you so much, Maddie. I appreciate you. Can we give a big shout out in the chat to Maddie for her $30 tip? Shit, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you. Moving on to 144 day streak, guys. 144 days. Absolutely insane. Can we give a big round of applause in the chat to Maddie with the $30 tip, and of course Rick and Prince with their $10 tips. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Can we get some emojis going? I want to see some emojis. Sanchez, get on the ball. Get on the ball. Let's see some emojis. I love you guys. I love you, Wonder Bro. I love you too, man. Please stay strong for us. How are you doing? I never see people ask. I hope you are okay. Aw, that's sweet. I appreciate that. I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing good. I started gardening recently, which you guys are probably already annoyed by because I've uploaded several shorts about the garden, so you guys are probably annoyed by that, but I really enjoy it and I really like it. It's giving me something to do. It's giving me something to learn about, something new to explore in my life, and I'm doing pretty well at it. I think everything seems to be growing, so I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the spam. Wow, that's not something. That's not a statement I ever thought I'd hear myself say. Thank you for the spam. I appreciate it. Spam that chat, man. Anytime we get a tip, let's spam that chat. We need to show the love. We need to show the gratitude. I love what I do, and you beautiful people make it possible. So we should always show our love and gratitude. Riley, dude, Riley coming in with the $20 tip. So not only did we hit tip goal today, we broke tip goal today. Wow, guys, thank you so much. That helps me out a ton. You have no idea. I know I say that every single time, but it's true. What would I do without you guys? Fuck, I don't know. But thank you so much, Riley. Give Riley a big round of applause in the chat. $70 on the tip goal today. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You probably get sick of hearing that, but it's so true. I'm just so grateful. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the tip note, I almost missed it. The tip note said, for Sky and prayers to feel better. Give him some advice. Well, hopefully the advice that we gave him earlier, hits home and he's able to apply it. But I feel like he's in one of those days right now where no sort of advice is going to ring home. Right? It's just going to miss the mark, and that's okay, because I think we've all had days. Like, show of hands, I don't even think Sky is still in here, but just so he feels less alone, can we get a show of hands? You guys know the emoji, it's the little hands. Show of hands, how many people in here have gotten advice, and when you have one of those days, right? When you have one of those days where it's just a horrible day, like, what else can you say? The advice just seems to go out the window. Like, we've all been there. We've all had days like that. So, it's to no fault of his own. Hopefully the advice I gave him earlier does help. We can hope for that. But it's okay to have one of those days where it just doesn't, dude. It just doesn't. And I think the best thing that we can do for Sky or anybody else having a day like that is just to let them know that they're not alone, and that we've all had days like that where no amount of advice just seems to be working. No amount of advice, no amount of words seems to get you to be able to use it, right? I think we've all had days like that, and I think the best thing we can do for Sky is to let him know that we have indeed been there, right? So show of hands. I got my hand up. Show of hands. How many people have had just a horrible, shitty day where no amount of advice in the world, even if it was hand-delivered from God himself, was able to get you to use it, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have those really shitty days, and the best thing that you can do is just make it through it, right? We can pick up the advice again tomorrow. We can pick it up again tomorrow. We can try again tomorrow, as Dr. Claire Weeks says, right? But you're not alone if you're having one of those horrible days where no amount of advice just seems to be able to get you to apply it. You just can't apply it. You just can't seem to apply it because it's just a really, really bad day, right? It's just a shitty day, and that's okay. That's a part of being human. We'll pick it up again tomorrow. We'll pick it up again tomorrow. Hi, everyone. First time on. What's up, big family? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, my man. going to keep listening on my drive. We're happy to have you, Sky, anytime, dude. Please try not to just focus on me. Now, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. That was a topic that I felt like needed to be talked about on the channel. I feel like a lot of people needed to hear that. If anything, you have brought value to this stream. Like I said, that is a subject that I feel like needed to be spoke about. People sometimes need to hear that, hey, sometimes you're just going to have a really shit day and no amount of advice in the world is, you're just not going to be able to apply it because it's just such a shit day, and that's okay. I've had plenty of those days myself during my journey, so don't feel bad about it. That's actually, like I said, that's adding value to the stream. That's something that needs to be spoke about, so yeah, don't feel guilty about it. Hey, Wonder Bro, good seeing you live again. What's up, Red? It's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute. Wonder Bro, can I steal $1 from Tifco? Hey, you need $1, dude? I'll cash app you $1. I got you, Sanchez. You've done so much for me, dude. You ever need $1? I'll send you $1. You need $2? I'll send you $2 even. I'll send you a whole $2. All right? Don't worry about it. I got you. It's all good. Did I tell you guys about my science experiment? I don't know if I told you about my science experiment. So for a while, you know, I was like, I think dairy is fucking my stomach up. And then I was like, nah, it's not the dairy. It might be something else. And then I came back to the theory that dairy is fucking my stomach up after putting the pieces of the puzzle together and realizing that I only get really sick when I consume too much dairy. I thought back to every time I've been really sick here recently, and the more I thought, the more I realized, hey, I had a lot of dairy that day. So I decided to do an experiment, because I was like, okay, let's put this to rest. I had half a milkshake the other day. I was fine, just a little farty. The next day, I was like, okay, I'm going to have a whole milkshake. I make the milkshakes myself. I'm going to have a whole milkshake. And then I was dying. So there you go. There's your answer. There's your answer. Case closed. It kind of sucks that I have to limit my dairy because I'm the kind of person that can drink an entire gallon of milk in one day, which I did do the other day, and I was, oh my god, worst pain in my fucking life. I've had several lactose intolerant attacks, but when I drank nearly that entire gallon of milk a couple weeks ago, I honestly thought I was going to die. Like, I did not think there was any other option available but to die. So, yeah, there you go. It all adds up. I am lactose intolerant, and I can have dairy, but in very small amounts. A half a milkshake is fine. It wasn't even half of one. Is fine. But the moment you start to go overboard, I start to die. So, there you go. Unfortunate, but that is life. That is life. Why is so hard for second fear to work? Not sure I understand the question. Second fear, there might be a bit of a language barrier here. Second fear, right? Second fear is what you add to the anxiety. It's worry. Second fear is worry. And shutting down the worry takes a conscious effort that you have to do many, many times throughout the day. Many, many times throughout the day. You got to be aware of it, catch it, give yourself a little accepting reminder, as we call it. Go right back to focusing on living. I've been there. It is horrendous. I don't think a lot of people realize that being lactose intolerant is more than just having farts and diarrhea. Like, I would care less if all you got from drinking dairy as a lactose intolerant person was some farts and some shit. I wouldn't care. I would enjoy my dairy on the toilet and I would shit my brains out. Shitting doesn't bother me. But there's so much more to it than just that. It's not just you have to fart and shit a lot. You get crippling, absolutely crippling fucking pain. Like someone is ripping your intestines out and then twisting them. There's much more to it than just having farts and a little bit of diarrhea. If that was the only problem, I would continue to eat my dairy and happily shit my brains out. But that is not the only problem. It is very intense, crippling pain. So just to clear the air on that, I wonder whether this is so stupid, but today I kind of worried about being so calm. Is that normal? Yeah, so any sort of worry is going to set off anxiety. It doesn't matter if you're worried about being calm, anxiety. It doesn't matter if you're worried about being not calm, Anxiety, right? So any sort of worry is going to tell the brain, oh God, something's wrong, right? So, doesn't matter what the worry is about. Worry equals anxiety. Eliminate the context. The context is not important. Eliminate the context and just remember that worry equals anxiety. That's awful. Ouch. Yeah, see, I was one of the people that falsely believed that being lactose intolerant meant, oh, what's the big deal? You get some farts. Ooh, big deal. Oh, some farts. You have some shit. Okay, big deal, dude. Like, stop whining about having to fart. It's not a big deal. And then, due to my luck, I have developed some lactose intolerance in my age. And I found out the hard way. It's not having to fart and shit. It's having, it's not just that. I guess it is that for some people, but for other people, it is having the most gut-wrenching pain that you've ever experienced in your life, like a hot serrated knife just ripping through your intestines. And it's not fun, and it makes you want to cry. I've not cried yet, but I've been very, very damn close to it. If you count sitting in the fetal position in the shower and sweating and, sweating from the water being so hot, because the only relief I get is when I turn the water really, really hot and let my stomach muscles kind of try to relax in there for a minute. A little bit of relief that way. Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. It's not fun. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Let's see. Don't think I missed any comments. I think we're good. I think we're all caught up. We're talking about a wide variety of topics today. This feeling of depression and sometimes high energetic is sign of recovery. So if by depression you mean fatigue, like you're fatigued, yeah, that's very common, very normal when you start to recover, especially. High energetic, so maybe you're getting your energy back, also could be a good sign. It's really hard to say. The one way that you can get an answer to that question is to ask yourself, how many times throughout your day are you making a conscious effort to spot when you're worrying, shutting it down, and then getting back to living? If the answer to that question is, Wonder Bro, I'm doing that every single day, I'm taking your advice, I'm making that effort every single day, then you're on the right track. And you will heal. You will heal, absolutely. That's the only question you need to ask yourself. Why do cows have hoofs? Because they lack to... Oh, okay. Okay, you got me. You got me on that one. I'll give it to you. If only I could remember half of the jokes that Sky tells on stream. That would be great. I need to start writing them down. Because they're actually pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. They're pretty damn good. Yeah, I am healing. Listen to your every video carefully and follow tips. Okay, so that's the only answer you need. So a lot of people start to get obsessive about their recovery. Oh my God, is this a sign? Is this a sign? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking interest and looking for the signs of recovery. That's great, and you can celebrate that. But don't get too obsessive about it. Just ask yourself one question. Am I making a conscious effort to put the brakes on my worry every single day, and am I living my life? If the answer to those questions is yes, then you're right on track and you will heal. That's all you need to know, right? Don't get too obsessive about tracking and time periods, time frames, and looking for the symptoms and the signs. Don't get too obsessive about all that crap, because that easily just turns into more worry, which is the exact opposite of what we're trying to do here in order to get you to heal. So keep that in mind, right? And if you ever need an answer to the question, am I healing? All you got to do is ask yourself that question. Well, am I doing the work? Well, there you go. Might not feel like it's working in the moment. I understand that, because it does take time for the nerves to heal and the brain to learn. So I understand that completely, but you're on the right track. A little play on words there. Okay. Okay. Hey, how many people here have been... No spoilers. I swear, I'll ban you in like 2 seconds. No spoilers. How many people here have been watching the new season of Stranger Things? So good. I'm like almost at the end of episode 2 right now, which is probably what I'm going to finish when we're done with the stream. But so good. So good. No spoilers. I just want to know if you've watched it or not. My dog has a cheese addiction. I can't even have my string cheese in peace. Cheese is so good. I can have a little bit of cheese. I just can't overdo it. Hey guys, what's up, Sherry? How you doing? Oh gosh, I'm on 3rd season. Love it. It's so good. It is so good. They stepped the violence up in season 4. Like, I'm not gonna get into the specifics or the details, but season 4 is just wow. It went from like somewhat of an okay show for children to watch to definitely not at all. To definitely not at all. I guess it's because all the kid actors are grown now, like all the main characters are grown now, so they're all like adults, and it's more acceptable for them to crank up the violence and the gore and the brutality now, and they definitely did. They definitely did. I'll say that for sure. I mean, I don't know if that's the reasoning, but it would make sense, I guess. Violence, I pass. It's so good. It's so good. Violence, I'll pass. Gore, no thanks. What about brutality? Does that... Are you down for that? Are you down for some brutality? Is that okay? I'll say this. It's not like when I say gore, I don't mean that it's comparable to some of these really gory, like, just murder films that people seem to like to watch. It's not like that. It's not that kind of gore. It's just gorier than the other seasons, but it's got like a lid on it. There's a cap on it. It's not like some of these screwed up, fucked up movies, like these murder films. It's not like that. It's just gorier than the previous seasons. It's not outrageous or anything. It's not outrageous, I promise. But hey, I understand. If gore's not your thing, violence is not your thing. I get it. I get it. Right? I get it. That's okay. I mean, you're missing one of the best stories that you've ever seen in your life because you're a little baby, but other than that, it's okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright, I think it's time we wind this down. Actually, I'm not kidding. You are seriously missing out, dude. You're... I'm kidding about the baby part. You're not a baby. You just don't like gore, which is understandable. But you are... I'm not kidding about the missing out part. You really are missing out on a great story with Stranger Things. Alright, guys. We are nearing that 1 hour mark. We're going to get our song ready to go. We're going to get our song ready to go. That's coming up next. Few things that I want to say. First off, I know that I've been like uploading some shorts on things that are not anxiety related, which for some people is probably like, man, why is he doing that? I'm not into that. Please just bear with me. Understand that I do enjoy uploading content that's not exactly anxiety all the time, but I also understand that that's what you're here for. So I get it. I see both sides of it. But if it's not for you, just overlook it. And if it is for you, thank you for supporting, because I do like making videos that are not exactly anxiety all the time. And I'm referring to all the garden videos that I've got coming up, So yeah, if it's not your thing, just overlook it. But if you would support it, I would really appreciate it. Something else I want to say, 144-day streak is just absolutely insane. And I want you guys to know that I think about that often, and I think about how grateful I am for every single one of you, because I truly am, from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great stream today, guys. I love you so much, and I'm sure I'll see you very, very soon. Until next time, as always, stay awesome. Oh, and we're almost at 10.6K subscribers, so now's your chance. Subscribe. I love you. I'll see you soon. Stay awesome.
I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Die. Wait. Die. Wait. Die. Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting, don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored, careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No. Did it die? Wait.